What is going on, traders? Happy Thursday to you. Welcome back to the Traveling Trader. Before we get into it, I just want to say congratulations to Psycho Minded for winning the 0.03 Bitcoin drawing that we do on the first of every month. Sign up if you want to be automatically entered. You have to be part of the Diamond Traders and above level. Link is in the description. Obviously, you also get the crypto trade alerts as well as the stock trade alerts and access to the premium traders chat where traders just like yourself are discussing trades and setups all day. All right, let us get right into it. So looking at the cryptocurrency market cap, we're currently at 177 bill. Bitcoin dominance over half of the crypto market cap right now. Bitcoin is flirting with retesting that 5,500 level again. We're at 5,494 currently. Bitcoin is flirting with that 5,500 resistance retest again. And as you know, as Bitcoin starts to rally, altcoins either stagnate or take a slight hit in the interim. BNB, a coin that has been a part of my portfolio since November and one that we re-entered just a few weeks ago. I'll go over BNB in a second, but it is up 8%, disproportionately rallying against BTC's 2%. And this is a little strange for the relationship between BNB and BTC because usually they act as inverse of one another, right? So when BTC falls, BNB climbs and vice versa. However, there is a rumor that Binance is flirting with starting their own stablecoin. And obviously the whole hoopla with Bitfinex and Tether boosts the credibility of Binance as an exchange. And there's also the idea that traders on Binance are preferring BNB over Tether as a hold or hedge against BTC. So that in turn increases the intrinsic value of Binance coin. All right, let us get into BTC, the important topic for today. So looking at Bitcoin's one-day chart, if we look at Bitcoin's one-day chart, you'll see that it's forming this ascending channel here. This right here that I drew on top of it, this is called a regression trend, right? So it's on the left side in trading view, it's the second option down all the way to the bottom. Regression trend, basically what this does is it analyzes the trend, the current trend, and draws a mean, which is the line in the middle. And that way you can determine whether within this trend, the price is above or below that mean. Now, in terms of a pattern, again, this is just an ascending channel and really you can draw a parallel to that regression trend. Now, an ascending channel is bullish in the interim, right? So while the ascending channel is being formed, obviously the price is getting higher, but it is generally a bearish pattern as it concludes, right? We expect a drop off from an ascending channel. However, that is just, the short-term pattern. If you look at the larger pattern, you have, obviously this Adam and Eve here, and what looks like, it has the same characteristic as a cup and handle. This is usually seen as a break from a downward trend reversal, right? So you have the rounding bottom and then you have the handle here. This is a very sloppy drawing. But yes, usually you see this, it's a break or a potential reversal from a downward trend. And as we know, Bitcoin is flirting with breaking that 5,500 resistance again. Now, two things to keep in mind that are very important here. How do we get above that hump? How do we get above that 5,500 resistance? Two things are very important. Volume, you see the OBV here is steadily rising, right? The on balance volume. So we need this to remain positive and increasing. And two, a short squeeze effect, right? If we keep retesting that 5,500 and as we're retesting it, shorts are continuing to increase. Eventually, one of the rallies back to 5,500 is going to start closing out shorts and potentially trigger a short squeeze. So what you can do here is, go to compare, go to BTC USD shorts, and you can overlay shorts on top of your chart. Now, this is really messy. So let me just hide the moving averages real quick. And let me change the color of the shorts. We'll change it to something we can see like a white and make it thicker. All right. And I might remove the sloppy drawings that I drew here. All right. So the shorts continued to increase, right? As Bitcoin continues to try and test this 5,500 once, twice, thrice, the shorts are steadily increasing. So once we get to a level where the shorts are high enough and we keep bumping up against this 5,500 level, what we'll see is a short squeeze effect, kind of like you see back here in December when we went from 3,100 to what was it, 4,200 in the span of 3 or 4 days. You see shorts here where at a swing high, and that propelled a short squeeze effect, or that triggered a short squeeze effect. So there's a high likelihood that that will happen if shorts continue to increase and we keep retesting 5,500. Now, looking at the weekly corroborates what we've been saying about 5,500 being the resistance, right? So if you look at the weekly, the resistance is at the 50-week moving average. This orange line is the 50-week moving average, and we've been trying to break it for a while. You see even more clear than the 1 day, you see the Adam and Eve pattern, right? There's the sharp valley here and then a rounding bottom. It's considered, an Adam and Eve is considered a double bottom, a form of a double bottom, right? Which is a bullish pattern. But you see the sharp valley here, the rounding bottom, and we've been trying to break the 5,500, which is exactly where the 50-week moving average is currently. So it corroborates what we've been seeing on the 1 day. The volume flow that we see here is still trending positively, which is great. The MACD is climbing. The RSI has a lot more room to climb before it hits the top band of the RSI, right? Now, if we break 5,500, where is the next level? Well, you can use a number of different things to determine your next resistance level. You can use the Fibonacci, you can use even the round number bias. So if you break 5,500, 6,000 is going to be a natural resistance point. And then you can also use the moving averages. So here's the 100-week moving average at around 6,500. That would be the next level above 6,000. Again, this is not an exact science or a prediction game. What you're trying to do is set markers for you to be able to trade around and trade successfully. Looking at the 1 month, if you look at the 1 month, you'll see this right here is the 21-month EMA. How do we derive this? Are these just random MAs that I'm using? No, these are historically used in trading, and then different markets and different assets respond differently to certain indicators. So where I was using the regular moving average on the daily and the weekly, I've noticed that the EMA for the monthly is a lot more valid, right? The EMA is more weighted towards what's currently happening, whereas the regular moving average is just linear. So looking at the 21-month EMA, this was the start of the last bull rally at the end of 2015, right? It started moving up gradually, and then obviously we saw what happened at the end of 2017, but it was when it popped above the 21-month EMA finally. And we are seeing that now. You have the rounding bottom on the monthly, and we closed just above the 21-month EMA, and this month right here, obviously we just started yesterday, we are now trading above the 21-month EMA, which is very important. You see the MACD flirting with curling upwards again. The RSI range bound volume flow on the monthly is slightly trending upwards. I would like to see a more violent uptrend on the on balance volumes, kind of how we see here back in 2017, but it has to start off gradually the way that we see back here in 2016. And then obviously we're looking at a Bitstamp chart because it gives us the luxury of seeing a lot of data. So take that into account when we're talking about volume. We're talking about Bitstamp. It's not really valid as a whole. All right, so that is the outlook on Bitcoin. Long-term bullish. In the short term, we might continue to get rejected slightly at the 5,500 level, and we might even retest, going back to the 1 day, we might even retest let me just remove these shorts and recover the moving averages, but we might retest the 50-day moving average, which is at around, right now it's at around 4,700. That's very valid, especially when we see this ascending channel here that might break down. Again, it all depends on the volume, and in my estimation, in the short term, the short squeeze effect. All right, a few coins that we're trading at the moment. If you want access to the trade alerts, again, link is in the description. Again, the diamond traders and above gives you access to the crypto as well as the stock trade alerts. You also get access to the VIP VIP chat, and you are entered automatically for the 0.03 Bitcoin drawing that I do on the first of every month on this channel. For the price of a cup of coffee a week, you get access to some really valuable trading information and get to exchange ideas with like-minded traders. So looking at BNB, this is one that I've been scaling into since November. And on the way up, we've seen pullbacks of minus 10% around. However, here in the beginning of April, we saw a major pullback and we finally dipped below the 50-day moving average. We saw that there was support here, and this was between the 0.382 and 0.236 fibs. So as my stop limit hit, exiting BNB for profits, we did send out a trade alert to get back into BNB around this level, and we are now up to almost 43,000 sats. That is a gain of around 24%. And I continue to be extremely bullish on BNB. I can easily see a $50 BNB within the next year or so. It is currently in USDT prices, it's currently at around $23. A couple of other coins that we're looking at for the long term, XLM and ZRX, you see these coins have just taken a beating. Now, most of you guys, or I'm not going to generalize, but a lot of people that I've talked to on my channel and in the crypto trading community that we run, they got into crypto at the all-time high, right? And we are now seeing entry-level prices for coins like XLM and ZRX, and there's a bunch of other coins that have very similar patterns to this. And we are basically trading near all-time lows or near the price that they've actually entered on the exchange. And we're talking about, top 10, top 20 cryptos here. So you see XLM is in a very similar position. ZRX is in that same position, right? We're talking about, again, close to entry-level prices here. We entered ZRX almost at the same level that it's at currently. So there are a number of great long-term holds in crypto right now and some great opportunities to increase your BTC holdings. Definitely exciting times for traders who have stuck through it and who have learned not to buy at the high and who now have an opportunity to buy at the low. Again, if you want access to the trade alerts, link is in the description. Leave a comment if you have a question or a comment. Hit that thumbs up button if you got anything out of this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I don't know what the hell you're doing. Stay safe out there. Peace.